Good afternoon. It's Law Nation. And as this room fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit the like, share this content, let friends, let neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys, sports talk, and beyond. Come on. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on with it. All right. Yeah. Come on with it. Let's go. Yup. They say ain't no party like a cowboy party, but what about a Law Nation's groove? From my studios to yours. Cowboy Nation, stand tall or not at all. The turning point. There are a lot of turning points in life. There are a lot of reasons to turn around. There are pitfalls. What is needed versus the Giants? There are a lot of setbacks. Come on with it. Come on with it. All right. Hey, yo.
What more do you want from me?
5, 4, 3, 2,
Read it,
and
run from
1.
it. Destiny arrives all the same.
All the same.
And now, what should I say?
I am.
I am.
All right. Appreciate everybody for jumping in. Appreciate everybody for jumping in, being part of these things. Rev, appreciate you so much. There are turning points in life, right? And there are rock bottoms, right? And then there are the point of no return. All of those meanings mean differently. And Cowboys going or heading into week 4, right? A lot of people looking at this thing as it relates to, and I appreciate you so much, man, Rev, for your support, that we are at the point of no return. You know, but there could be a turning point in this situation. The 3 guys that I have on this thumbnail, I got them up there for a reason. They were the most talked about guys in the National Football League 3 months ago, 4 months ago, or during the offseason. You know, will Michael Parsons be the highest non-paid quarterback player in the National Football League because of what he can do, his versatility, right? Will C. Dangerous Lamb, will he be the quote-unquote highest paid wide receiver in the National Football League? And then all of a sudden we seen Justin Jefferson get paid, and we was like, damn, right? It was like, damn. And then, of course, the Dak Prescott situation. Should the Cowboys just throw him out there and let him play out his final years, since he got no trade clause, he got no franchise tag? Let him play it out, right? And then we can see if we can pretty much go for the Archie Manning kid or Shador at the time. Some people were saying that Trey Lance is better. So it was all of that conversation that was going on. And now we are back at this particular situation, whereas the 3 guys in these first 3 weeks, everybody been talking about these 3 guys: Michael Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and Dak Prescott. The name of the game is, when we going to turn this thing around in the right direction? Right? When we going to get things going on the good foot, as they say? Because if you believe that we are at the point of no return, put 0 in the chat, right? If we're at the point of no return, place 0 in the chat, right? And if you truly believe, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a possibility of a turning point, put 1 in the chat. It's a turning point. When things, when crisis begin to start to turn around and it works into your favor, right? Even those who follow the word, there was a guy by the name of Saul. He got knocked off the horse. When will that knock off the horse moment happen for you guys that's here watching right now? When will those type of things exhibit for this particular Cowboys? And at the time, the point of no return is not as worse as rock bottom. Let me say this again. The point of no return, hold on, I said that backwards. Point of no return is worse than rock bottom, right? Because rock bottom, even if you down at your lowest of the lowest, right, you can still get back up. I always say, and shout out to Les Brown, if you land on your back, if you try to land on your back. If you fall, try to land on your back. Because if you can look up, you can get up, baby. Sure, that took me forever to get that up out of me, right? But neither here nor there. Max says, happy birthday to your daughter. Yeah, I'm about 3 days off of my study tape. I'm 3 days off of content. But it was well worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Rock bottom is Diddy. Jerry, come on. Hey, Jerry, you better watch out now. Now, speaking of Jerry, this episode we're going to talk about a lot of things. But before we talk about those things, man, didn't you guys know? Didn't you know? Hold on, let me find it. I got to find one other thing I got to pull over here. Hold on. Pull a string and I wink at you. I'm your puppy. All right. So here we go. Didn't you guys know that the mighty Cowboys, oh my God, the mighty Cowboys, our defense is the 31st ranked defense thus far. Since Week 1, Week 2, Week 3, we are ranked 31st, man. Yeah. Oh, my God. Didn't you guys know that? Oh, my goodness, man. 31st ranked defense. Now, we rock bottom. That's rock bottom. At some point, we're going to have a turning point to turn us around. Now, we are not at the point of no return, right? So we are at the rock of the bottom. There's one other team. If one other team, I can find a positive note out of this. There's one other team that's doing worse than us right now. I don't even know who that team is. But we for damn sure. We the best special team out there, so y'all better look. We can promote Johnny Bones Foster to be our head coach because he's the only one standing on business, y'all. Yeah. So I remember the quote from Dr. Martin Luther King. He said, if you sleep on the floor, you can't fall off the bed. Come on with it. You can't. There's no possibility to fall off the bed when you're sleeping on the floor, right? So that's where we're at. We're at the floor. Yeah. Cowboy actually said we're not the 32nd team. So at least we're not that. All right. So we're tied for somebody. Somebody said the Jaguars. Let me fact check that. Hold on. Let me fact check that. Somebody said the Jaguars. Okay. Okay. I can't spell today. Good Lord. Here we go. Boom. Here we go. Bear with me. My hooked on funny guys are not working. No, they did 2015. Y'all find the 32nd team before me. Y'all find the 32nd team. But neither here nor there. They are a few slots ahead of us. Their defense is a little bit better than ours, by the way. At least we can work on improving week to week, right? We can only get better from here. We are tied for the 22nd in offense. We don't have a principle or concept. We went over this before. Let me show you guys. I was reading from Matt Owen says pure next gen stat. None of the Cowboys receiver met a league average of 2.96 yards of separation, meaning that Brandon Cooks, he gets a separation not even of a yard. Don't y'all understand that if you're a DB and you guarding Brandon Cooks, you are literally this close of Brandon Cooks. The average is 2.96. He can't even get the 9.6. That's terrible. I don't give a dog what type of play you calling up out there. Even if we playing some sandlot football, you can't get no separation. You can't do this. Ha, ha, ha. You can't do that at least. Oh, my goodness. You can't get that much separation. Man, so that's Brandon Cooks. Jalen Brooks, 1.16. That's his separation, dog. His is 1.16. Right? Jalen Tolbert, he give you 2 yards. That's a whole nother yard of separation. That's the league average. And my goodness, man, my guy CeeDee Lamb, I get it. They bracketed him. I'll roll cover CeeDee Lamb way all the way anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I'm not beating up CeeDee Lamb. Like I said, I'm about 3 days off on my film assessments and things like that, so I didn't get a chance to digest as much film as I normally would at this point to combat this, right? But CD is, 10 to 15 pounds heavier. He's got a lot of concentration drops. He's fumbling the ball. He's pissed off. He's angry. And he got some maturing to do. Of course, we know all of those small things, and that is a custom, right? It's not like CeeDee Lamb been going up against other NFL players while he was training. Shout out to my guy, Delphonte Diamond. It's not like they done recruited some guys that can literally hit him or jam him up at the LOS and things like that. Shoot, he was probably pulling people from Walmart and, Amazon and say, hey, dog, when you finish a route, come let me route you up over here while I'm working on my routes, right? And that's not going to give him the utmost experiences in the actual game. So there's no shortcut to this particular thing. And you talking about reps and getting used to getting hit, getting used to people leaning and hanging all over you. So I would give, out of all of these guys, a little leeway. I would give CeeDee Lamb a little leeway, So that's the only thing. And shout out to CD. They got to get him comfortable and things like that. It's one other thing that I wanted to pull up on Matt Owen's page, man, and it was dealing with the running back thing, and I don't know if he still have it up here. I had to go through my go to my Instagram real quick, and I want to pull up this running back situation. Hold on. We're going to get to it, man. We still on the appetizers. The main entree is on its way. Baby, the main entree is on its way. Give me 1 second here. I got to pull up, my Instagram. Don't want to pull it up while y'all watching. Instagram get you all snapped up with a crazy bunch of things. You got to do Twitter. You got to do Twitter like that too. Matt Owen also reported that Cowboys rushing through the first 3 games, Ezekiel Elliott, 0 block tackles, 0 missed tackles, and forced 1.2 yards after contact. The next person that's on this list is Rico. 0 broken tackles, 2 missed tackles basically, and or forced missed tackles, and then 1 yards after contact, right? And then Deuce Vaughn, he got forced missed total, MTFs, and 1.3 yards after contact. 3 games, 0 broken tackles, all under 1.5 yards after contact. Meaning that if you touch those guys, they falling down on the ground. Hey, help pick them up, help them. And I think that running backs are a very pivotal role in anybody's attack. It must be a situation that you can control the ground so that you can throw it in the air. It must be a situation where you can have an impactful movement so that you can get things moving. It introduce play action to the table. I like Dak Prescott. I don't like Dak Prescott at 45 throws or 50 throws. To a degree, I don't even like Dak Prescott attempting 35, and I get it. For those who want to shank me with the butter knife, said, "Hey man, you're supposed to be on our side. You're supposed to be a Dak Prescott apologist, Law. You don't supposed to speak those type of tropes." No, the reality of it is I still want Dak Prescott at anywhere between 26 and 30 is the peak of attempts. Law, we paying him $60 million. I don't give a dog if we paid him a whole billion. You don't want to. There's a law out there. And don't y'all know what that law is? It's called, and no one is above the law, by the way. No one. Not even law. It's the law of diminishing rates of return. And the diminishing rates of return start to creep in when you go over a certain peak. Just like you have an automobile, it speaks that, yes, just because you see 150 on the dash doesn't mean that you got to take your whip at the 150 on the dash. Right? Balance is the key. Yeah, Future Vision says facts anywhere between 25 to 30, and 30 is really pushing it, right? Because the law of diminishing rates will seep in. And with our run game, here's the other thing. It's like a flip side. Ezekiel Elijah Elliott is the kind of caliber of running back that's a volume back. He's not a split back. He's not a back that you can just throw in and say, hey, he's going to be our change of pace. He got to get in rhythm. He got to get his feet together, the vision. He got to know when that linebacker or that safety begins to check out, and that's when he dropped that shoulder on them a little bit more. That's when he gives them that good old love once again. Now, Rico, he never been in that role before. Yes, they say that he's a strong running back. They say that he runs with an authority. Hell, an ant would try to bite an elephant. It don't do much to that elephant, right? Who have gotten bitten by a few ants, right? And he said, that damn ant charging me. Get out the way, Or have you ever seen one of those little dogs? I'm not calling Rico the little dog. But have you ever seen not Chihuahua, the little Shih Tzu? A Yorkie, have you seen and you sitting there like, man, that dog got heart. And then you do that and it's a trail of urine, right? It's not impactful. It's just ankle biters, right? But the dog do got heart, and I'm not taking that away from Rico. I'm not taking that away from Tiny Deuce Vaughn. But they got heart. But it ain't enough. Hi. Get back, girl. You so cute. Get on back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially this little female dog. Yeah, they get the barking all day. Yeah, little scrappy do, But when you got Ezekiel Elliott, at least with his bites, and his barks may be just, hey. You know what I'm saying? And you say like, okay, all right, yeah. That dog is long, old in the tooth or what have you. But when that dog fool around and get a hold to you, it's over with. And that's what the safeties know. That's what linebackers know. But they would take those Ricos and those Deuces all day if I can ever give you guys an analogy, right? Now, here's the unknown. Here's the unknown. Is Dalvin Cook, because we already seen what these boys can do, right? We already seen what our guys can do, and that's just what it is. We just don't ultimately know because of the simple fact that Jerry Wayne Jones is not allowing us to. And let me go up to here right here. Here we go right here. I had to retort some of this stuff, you know. Cody says, hey, Law, but we still need more bites than barks. Right. But we take those ankle biters, right? You know, you take those bites all the time, you know, little shih tzu. Yeah. But hey, but let that big dog come around that corner, you know, shoot. And this the whole point. Let me get back to this before I lose this point. A lot of people said, shoot, man, you know, the Cowboys still would have a struggling running game even if we had Derrick Henry, right? You know, and I'm sitting here thinking that, shoot, well, don't let him go. Who understand this theory right here? I would rather have them inside the tent pissing out versus outside the tent pissing in. Who understands that? You know, it's because if you go back and watch The Lion King, Timon and Pumbaa, they ran up into the lion, right? They saw Simba laid out like Family Guy, if those who can get that reference, right? Then they said, shoot, hey, he's a young lion. Ooh, oh no, he's a lion. But then one of the guys, I forgot which one it was, he said, well, hey, if we can raise him, he can grow up and be on our side, right? That's the whole point. You wouldn't have to worry about facing Derrick Henry if you were to side him. You know, anything could have happened, right? It's better to have him than to go up against him, is all I'm saying. Sure. We're a little blessed. We're a little blessed because some teams would have probably looked at it and said, you know what, they can pull the trigger. Can you imagine Derrick Henry going to the 49ers or something like that? Shoot, it'd be crazy. Sadiq says, Law, which one birthday was it yesterday? I hope she enjoyed it. I got her ice cream fire. Appreciate you. It was Lauren, you know. Yeah. My little rock, you know, that was her birthday. I'm gonna have to pull up a picture and let y'all know, you know, who. But let me, Timon and Pumbaa, right? Hold on, while I'm doing that, while I'm pulling this up, I'm gonna talk to you guys about. I'm gonna multitask a little bit. Talk to you guys about this right here. It's not that, you know, I'm panicking or anything like that. It's not that we are worried because it's only been 3 weeks. We're going into our 4th week. And the season itself is always a long one. It's always a situation and scenario that we ourselves got to understand that. And I know some people don't want to take these references, but, you know, just apply it to life, is that the race is really not to the swift nor the battle to the strong. It's to he that endured to the end. And you got to continue to fight. You got to continue to endure. You got to continue to put things in right, proper places for those situations. And that's just the bottom line. It's no shortcuts to success. It's no, hey, you gonna win the Super Bowl in this month. There's none of that, you know. There's always, hold on while I'm setting this up. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. There's always a way that you can get out of it by continue to stay focused. Commanders are 2-1. Kudos and credence to them. The Eagles are 2-1. Kudos and credence to them. The Cowboys are 1-2. I heard people with storylines saying that the Giants, if Malik Neighbors could caught that ball on the pass last week, 2 weeks ago, then they would have been 2-1. I get all of that, and I understand where people are coming from when you're looking at stats and you're looking at these type of things. But I'm going to tell you that it's not even cold outside yet. You know. It's not even football weather And teams going to go through some things eventually, whether it be some hardships, whether it be some freak accidents and injuries. I'm not wishing that upon anyone. We went through ours already. Shoot, we missing my guy Deron Bland. Now we see how valuable Bland is, right? We're seeing how Bland is able to get things going and doing these type of things. So it's not up to the element of surprise that this particular team can't do X, Y, and Z down the stretch. I would rather, and I know it sounds like a escape out, but I would rather peak on the latter point, like December, January versus now. You know, what was the Packers record during this time last season? I don't know, but they beat the brakes off of us in the damn playoff, didn't they? All right, so it was Lauren's birthday. This, I started this channel when she was born, basically. And this was her when she was, this was her about 8 years ago. This is her about 8 years ago. This is Lauren, and she just like me, boy. She just like me, boy. And then this is her maturing through her other stages right here. You gotta always read to the kids. She know my voice. And this is her a little bit more modern day, sitting in the seat over here of law. So this is Lauren. Her birthday was yesterday. We didn't have a good time. We had a great time. Salute, kudos, and credence to Lauren. And all she want is some Roblox, though. So if y'all can send any funds to Roblox, then let me know. And I ain't gonna tell y'all her handle yet, But it's Lauren Nation, though, by the way. But it was her birthday, and we had a great time. Win, lose, or draw, that's one of my number one fans right there. Shoot. So I really, really, really appreciate her for all and everything. But all of the other dads that's watching right now, it's okay to be second and third and fourth place because I'm the number one dad in the world, by the way. So it's okay, y'all. Y'all, look, the Cowboys may be in last place or second to last or what have you in their division. But in my division, in fatherhood, man, I'm number one dad in the world, y'all. So Roblox or whatever you call it. Roblox. She said Roblox. Roblox or however you say it. Yeah, I'm the number one dad. So everybody else second, third place, man. So, hey, good luck. Y'all ain't beating me. Y'all ain't beating me. No, I ain't losing in that category. Yeah. So, dad gang. Girl dad, too, by the way. So, with that being said, I just put this Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, wake up everybody, because it's not that we're panicking. It's more so that the Cowboys just need to wake up. They need to flat out wake up and get back to this turning point and get things going into the proper and right directions. Okay? All right, so here's the other thing. Future Vision said, nah, dog, I'm right there with you, dog. We tied. It says Cowboys Jerry Jones not expected to start Dalvin Cook this week or play Dalvin Cook this week. Either Cook is underperforming past his prime, right? Or maybe Jerry doesn't know what he is doing. Or perhaps this is all part of the mystery to save the Cowboys running game. Jerry Jones is two things. Either he's incredibly smart or is he incredibly foolish. I got that statement, and that's from Enemy of the State. Shout out to Dalvin Cook. Soul Goddess became a member level 3 platinum. Oh my goodness, Soul Goddess. I appreciate you so much. Oh, yeah. Yes, indeed. Jerry says, you're a great father, Lord. Well, Jerry, since you're in the chat, man, let's see what Cook can do, man, because we know what these other running backs can do right now. Let's see at least let me see it. But let me beat up Jerry Jones a little bit. This is Marcus Spears. Out of all of the languages of the world, this brother He decided to speak facts. Let's go with it.
I'm not convinced that Dallas really wants to win, because there is no way you can look at the landscape of the NFL over let's just say the last 2 to 3 years and think that you've been in position with your work in free agency to put yourself over the top. I sit home sometimes on the sofa with my feet up and I listen to people say, well, the roster was good enough. And the roster did this, and they got to do this, and they just got to. It's not. It hasn't been. And it's something that I've been screaming. Like, 12 wins is great.
Right.
But if we're talking about a Super Bowl, I want somebody to go back the last 5 years and tell me what team has won the Super Bowl only through the draft. Just name one of them.
No, there hasn't been one.
So I can't, like, every time you say that or somebody says that, I'm like, but the blueprint of winning a Super Bowl or making it to one has been to be aggressive in free agency. That's literally been the blueprint to get there.
And if you've been following Law Nation for many years or multitudes of years, you would know that I've been echoing the same exact thing. He literally took the words out of my mouth. Pause if necessary, because, we got to say that nowadays. And just recited it, right? We've been talking about these type of things. There's not been a team that just built through the draft and utilized the draft to win Super Bowls. There's always been a strong acquisitions, whether it been some type of trade, whether it been some type of free agency pickup, and then whether it been some type of, continuity is a major thing. Is when you have the ability to know what the other person is doing because y'all been in relations for so long. You've been working for so long. It's like clockwork, And the thing is with Jerry, here's my thoughts even with him, just to give him a little flowers. It's not that he don't make the proper moves. It's just that his moves are so slow. And it time wasted for so many times that by the time it gets to the point of you signing your said players, it's too late. It's like, I get it. I understand. I definitely do understand how all of this stuff can get worked out, etc. And we're sitting back saying you got a nation divided, just like the Great Divide, which is some really good ice cream, by the way, but it's divided just like that. Before we even got the season kicked off, man, I can't stand Dak Prescott. Man, I love Trigger Trey. Man, I can't stand Trigger Trey. Man, I hate, Dak Prescott. Oh, I love Dak. You had a tug of war, and they were still trying to evaluate that opposed to seeing who can really run the ball, who can really catch in a situation. I would behoove you guys to know that it would have been better if you had Dak Prescott to at least knock some rust off. I'm old enough to remember. Here's the thing. When we start talking about recipes for Super Bowls, we talking about ingredients for Super Bowls, right? You can't make an apple pie out of oranges. You just can't. You can slice them oranges up as much as you can, and you can try to throw it into that pie. It would never be an apple pie. Throw some Great Divide ice cream on that thing too, though. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, if we seen, how many Super Bowls do Tom Brady have? Can y'all put that in the chat? How many Super Bowls do he have? Do y'all know the answer? How many Super Bowls do he have? All right, I'm reading. I'm waiting on the answer, man. Do y'all know how many Super Bowls do Tom Brady have? Y'all need to help a brother out. HBO me right now. Slow on the draw here today. Let me give how many Super Bowls. Okay, Leon, appreciate you. Come on down. You have won a car. Come on, baby. Yeah. So got a 7. NJ. Yeah, 7. All right? And how many Super Bowls do Pat Mahomes have? How many Super Bowls do Pat Mahomes have? Right? Okay? We're just doing a little, and then add them together. Add those two numbers together and put those amount of Super Bowls. So he had 3. What's 3 plus 7? Help me out, man. Help me. What's 3 plus 7? Somebody like, damn, man, I just came here, man. I just came here to listen to a podcast, not do math problems. Or he got 2 Super Bowls, or do he have 2 or 3? All right? So it's 10 total rings. Them suckers play in preseason, you know. If them 2 can play in preseason, why in the world Dak can't play in preseason? That's 10 Super Bowls. 9 if you really want to take away 1 from Brady or et cetera. But there's 9 to 10 Super Bowls, and they play in preseason. And I get it. Hey, man, preseason really won't help because, you know, them boys are having a slow start when they start their season. I get all of that. But now you're going to have even a slower start. If Pat Mahomes played in the preseason and he's having a slow start, and if your guy didn't play in the preseason, he's going to have a slower start. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be even slower. Last time I checked, it's 10. So I'm not saying that, you know, we can all finish this statement. Slow money makes what? You know what I'm saying? No money. Think long, think wrong. I just feel like, hey, scared money makes no money. That's what I wanted to say. Scared money makes no money. And I know it could be a lot of tongue-in-cheek, you know, and say, well, what happened if he go out there, Law, it's the second preseason game, and then A-gap is just wide open, and Dak Prescott is laid out like Family Guy. Well, the football gods have spoken. At the end of the day, you can't prevent injuries, man. You can't prevent injuries by being so protective. You can't be scared of everything. I mean, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go, too. That's life, too. That's life. You just got to be prepared for the moment and be prepared.
Spartans, prepare for glory.
Mm-hmm. Study long, study wrong. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm implying, too. So with that being said, and this is the classic case. Should I beat him up even more? Here we go. This dude took another
Jerry
clip
Jones,
from me.
why do you sign Derrick Henry? He said he couldn't afford him. You know, Derrick Henry has the same agent as Dak Prescott. They have the same agent. Todd France, like, you could find a way, I would think Dak's agent would want Derrick Henry in Dallas if that could be worked out, but they didn't get it worked out, couldn't get it worked out. They were paying other people. They're paying Trey Lance $5 million guaranteed this year, right?
Okay.
Gotta have it back.
What are you saying? You're saying that Jerry's not making good decisions over there? You're saying not in a good spot right
Can't afford everything, and every team makes its own decisions. And if you want a player badly enough, you find a way to make it work, period.
That boy took it a page off of Law Nations. Let me take this book right here, what Law Nation said about that $5.5 million. You give him, you're 500,000 short though. Adam, what was his name? Adam Scheffner. You 500,000 short. Because I can tell somebody right now, if I give you $500,000, shoot, that might change your life right now, shoot. Somebody said, man, just give me $500, man, that'll change my life. So he getting paid $5.5 million to hold a clipboard. Now that's life, that's blessings, you know, that's grandma prayers right there, you know, baby, one day you gonna be something special. Yes, D. Yeah, Lord, yeah, Lord. Yeah. All right, so there's the stance. There's a stance from my guy, man, and I just want to be able to share this, echo this. And shout out to Sadiq for being a member for 45 months on Gold Level 2. Thank you for all that you do for the nation. Yeah, let's listen to this right quick.
Season for the Dallas Cowboys, and fans are feeling it. Many are voicing their frustration. And as Meredith Yeomans shows us, one fan is taking his message to the streets.
It really felt like a lame duck season, so I'm not surprised.
What Cowboys fan isn't frustrated?
I've been that fan.
Possibly now more than ever.
I came here out of passion and love.
Here to the Star in Frisco, where after Sunday's loss, Stephen Gonzalez made a bold move.
May my voice be heard?
Hoping his team will, too.
Fire the GM.
His plain and simple sign.
Fire the GM. Jerry.
Suggests Jerry the owner should fire Jerry the general manager. His hot take?
That's a thumbs up. That's support right there.
Had one driver after another doing double takes.
As people who love and care the Dallas Cowboys and the brand that he built, we just think it's time to let go. Yes, sir. It's time to let go. It's time to let go and let somebody else take over.
A photo of Gonzalez holding his sign has been viewed online nearly 200,000 times, with one comment calling it a movement all of Cowboys Nation can get behind.
And that's where we really get penetration into the front office, into the Star. If we just say it to, casual talk, he's never going to hear it. But this is what we're saying.
During an interview with 105.3 The Fan Tuesday, Jerry Jones responded to fans' claims that he is the one to blame for the Cowboys' problems.
That's very fair. It's well known that no decision is ultimately made there for what I either haven't acquiesced or approved it. That's very fair. How could you think otherwise?
A lifelong Cowboys fan, Gonzalez says he has no plans to defect.
Never. I could never do that.
From what he sees as the most deserving fan base in football.
Hopefully others come and join me.
He said hopefully others come and join him. Jerry Jones, the owner, brilliant businessman. I don't think that there's another owner in all of football that's better than Jerry Jones, right? Jerry Jones, the general manager, he need to step down. He need to move out the way. Well, he's technically not. He is the person that not pulling the trigger and making the decision. That's Will McClay. That's Stephen Jones. Name me one person Will McClay fired. I'm waiting. Name me one move that Will McClay, if Will McClay had the autonomy, right, the complete control, like people say, he would have been able to say, hey, I made that move to go pick up Trey Lance, right? And I'm making the move to get rid of him, right? And I don't think Willie got that type of power. I'm just being real with y'all. Will McClay is doing everything wrong for the right reasons, basically. He is doing a great job on evaluating and finding the scraps with the Dollar General maxed out card that he get every year. He don't get the chance to go shopping at these high-end stores. They gave him an unlimited credit card, but you can only redeem it at Dollar Tree, dollar stores, or Fred's and Marshalls and things like that. And every now and then at Marshalls and TJ Maxx, shoot, you get to find a good set. Even at the Goodwill, you get a good set. Hey, that's just how that goes. At the end of the day, in order for change to really happen, there got to be a turning point. I don't think that we are at the point of no return. The dude is way in his 80s, 81, 82 years of age. Hey, he might outlive us all. We don't know what type of reptilian blood, I don't know, Bohemian Grove handshake that my guy Jerry Jones got with the salt on the McGriddle. Maybe that's the key to life. If you want to live a prosperous, a long and youthful life, put a little salt on your McGriddle. Maybe that's the situation. But neither here nor there. The Cowboys, if everybody stand behind my guy on this particular stance, then next week it shouldn't just be him out here by himself holding signs. It should be a multitude of folks filling up the Star in Frisco with signs saying, Jerry, do us a huge favor. Step back, man. Get out of the shadows, man. Well, get into the shadows. Get out of the light. That's what they need to say. So if y'all all in favor of getting rid of Jerry, man, put or firing Jerry the GM, put FJ GM, you know what I'm saying? FJGM, make that a hashtag. Hot sauce on the burrito, baby. Putting that salt on the McGriddle. And he was just a shaking, boy. He was like shaking like a salt shaker. That joker, who remember Jerry Joe? He don't even put that the Celtic salt or the pink Himalaya salt. This dude was putting some iodine salt. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, FJGM, Fire Jerry, the general manager, Yeah, they'll make a good shirt too, by the way. But according to Nick Harris, who got chewed out by Mike McCarthy this week, let me see if I can find that clip. Mike McCarthy is on some stuff, ain't he? Here you go.
I know you said you guys don't have a ton of time for corrections this week, but with Jordan Lewis talking about details, Michael Parsons last night talking about accountability, how do you kind of work those conversations in this?
Pretty dramatic there, Nick. I tell you must practice that one. Jeez, hey, Thursday schedule. That's what we're on. It's we didn't win the game, so I think that's part of where we are. Yeah, I think they do a good job of answering your questions. It's emotional after the game, so I'm not ever going to referee emotion on the field or after a game.
We need some emotions, man. I need them. I need them. I need to see somebody. I need to see some type of temperaments. Right, and I like what the last caller we had, 100 grand, when he called into the show. He said if we don't show emotions on the sideline, it seems like we don't care. And if we do show emotions on the sideline, it seems like it's imploding, right? Damn if you do, damn if you don't. But I'm with the belief now, man. I need to see Mike McCarthy, man, get back to that form of being emotion, just a little bit, just so we can identify. Sometimes when you're losing in life, you want to look over and say, hey, is somebody else feeling the blows like we getting over here, man? Maybe we make us fight a little bit harder, because life be lifing, and life would chew you up, spit you out, and it don't care. It don't give you these opportunities to say, hey, make it back up again. That's life. You got to keep moving, of course. But emotions is part of it. Anger. Yeah. Anger is a real thing. It don't states anywhere in no book that it states thou shalt not have anger. It says slow to anger. Yeah, but you're going to have anger. Yeah. So at the end of the day, that's just how life is. And I'm not going to talk about that one, but I'm going to listen to my guy right here. And then we go, no. What time it is? It's 11:49. We're going to open up the phone lines and everything. But before we go into the phone line conversation, let me tell y'all about the ops right quick. They are 26th in offense. They are the 11th ranked defense. They are a whole bunch of slots ahead of us, right? Hey, we got one thing in common for sure, is that we both beat the Browns, right? We both beat the Browns, and this is a kind of caliber of team that we got to be ready for. We can't be sitting around chilling, eating oodles and noodles and saying that, okay, yeah, we wearing our Arctic white jerseys. We flying out to New York, and we going to just beat them because Dak Prescott won 12 consecutive games versus the Giants. Life don't be giving you those type of things. We need to figure out ways to be more equipped and be ready to face this particular team. And we definitely can't be satisfied with appetizers. Speaking of that, you remember Eugene Lockhart? Yeah. Let's listen to him right quick, because this is the type of player we need to be in a team we need.
I said, you want some people. You want a few people that's hungry. I said, you want some people that's willing to spend the next 20 weeks hungry for identity. I told you guys, you need some people that's hungry. I don't know about you, but that team that you threw out there on that damn field, they wasn't hungry. They were satisfied. The Cowboys are an appetizer team. The truth is what it is. If you think last week was bad, if they don't get off their ass and present something better than they did this week, it's going to be a long season. The fans deserve a hell of a lot more. You need some people that's hungry. I don't know about you, but that team that you threw out there on that damn field, they wasn't hungry.
Man, I'm starving after listening to that man. Yeah. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way you missed tackles. 17 missed tackles, Sledge all week. I don't give a dog if it was Natron Means mixed with Derrick Henry and Jerome Bettis, right? Meet him, knock him down. Dono been smashed around. Mozzie got I don't know if they allow skates out there on the field, but Mozzie been having skates. It don't matter how many pounds and weights he lift. That brother been slipping and sliding everywhere, you know. And he gonna have to hold his ground a little bit better. We got hero balls out there, and I forgot to talk about this main conversational piece. And Mama Parsons, if you're watching right now, close your ears. I'm not trying to beat up your son. And Brother Parsons and Uncle Parsons, all of the Parsons family. I'm not trying to beat them up. But this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is this what it is? Perception. Perception always going to equals reality. And your perceived value out there on the field when you don't have the results, when you don't have the ability to cash in and check in, people going to always take the negative side of what you're saying because you don't have the results yet. And that's just what it is. And I'm not beating them up. I get it.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the Saints are a very good team. And C.J. Gardner-Johnson said they're pretenders. They're not. There ain't no contenders. They're pretenders, and they have Derek Carr. Remember that. I don't know who C.J. Gardner think he is, bro. I mean, we've been dealing with this cat for a while. I mean, we just gotta be a little bit real right here. Like, I think Derek Carr has validated himself way before C.J. has ever done. Like, in a most respectful way. I'm not taking away anything, but Derek Carr has been a Pro Bowl quarterback. Before, highest paid quarterback before. Like, let's be real. Like, Derek Carr has always been a pretty damn quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're a contending team. You got to think their starting center went down in that game, Eric McCoy. Probably detrimental. You got to think Ryan Ramczak is still not playing. So they're very limited on the things they can do. They have a rookie O-lineman out there. Trevor Penning, a guy they benched, before. And, I'm not targeting these guys. These guys that are playing in the league, so not like they're bad. But when, you got a pretty much healthy roster against, a damaged front, it's kind of limits you on the things you can do.
Here's my thing. I don't mind Parsons talking about the podcast on whatever he may be discussing. I'm not saying that this takes away from his because he could be doing 1,000 other things. He could be rolling dice. He could be racing down here off of the George Bush freeway and all of this stuff, turn tollway and all of that stuff. He can be doing a whole bunch. He can be rolling one, right? He could be doing thousands of other things with DV and a whole bunch of bad stuff. But perception is reality. A lot of people say, hey, Law, can Parsons just read the room, right? That video was done the day after we lost to the Ravens, like literally less than 24 hours. Now, I know people do a situation whereas they would say, well, these players are humans too, and they got obligations that they got to talk about certain topics. All I'm going to say here is that you got to understand that not everybody is going to be on board of you talking about CJ, even if he said it's the right thing. If R. Kelly is released from prison, right, and he said, hey, I'm finna start up my own business. What's your business? What's your business plan? You know, it's going to be an all-girls daycare center. You know, people going to be like, hey, wait a minute. Now, hold on, R. Kelly. You know, hey, man, you know, wait a minute. You know, the perception of it is going to be like, hey, Riggs. And then R. Kelly like, hey, hear me out. You know what I'm saying? You know, and, you know, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, whoever, you know, if he gets free and he get clear and he's out there on the streets again and he say, hey, hear me out, y'all. Me and Meek Mills finna have a 24-hour slumber jam party. It's going to start at night, right? Everybody can be here at 12. Hear me out. I'm like, nah, perspectives, you know. All of that stuff matters. H.G. Wells said, if Jerry Jones come out and he start an 8.5-inch daycare center, people gonna be like, hey, Jerry, what's going on, man? Hey, Diddy come out with some Diddy oil all of a sudden, and they were like, hey, Johnson & Johnson, you know, let me holler at you. You know, people will not accept that. Is all I'm saying. And he have every reason. It's a free enterprise, free world. You can start any business you want. But, hey, it's just the optics of it is going to always be crazy. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. This is from Glenn Capers, you know. And that's where I'm going at with this.
He ain't lying.
And I'm not beating up Parsons, but this is just like.
And you're trying to play off the guys you have on the field. I mean, that's what part of coaching is. You know, so I would say, you know, the Saints are a real contender. I mean, they still got a lot of weapons. They're just pretty banged up like a lot of other organizations. I mean, look at their defense. They held that team to 15 points, produced 3 turnovers. So any defense that's holding a team like the Eagles offense to under 17 points and producing those type of turnovers is a pretty damn team. I don't know. I mean, CJ must have an unrealistic idea what a pretty damn team looks like, because to me that looks like a pretty good damn defense to me. If you're barely beating a team and the final score is 15-12, I mean, it probably says a lot right there. I mean, it's not like you blew them out, right? So, you know, that's kind of mind-boggling statement to me. But, hey, every person has their own voice for their own platform, and for my platform, they are not pretenders. They are contenders.
Right, and that's off the heels of CJ thinks that the Saints are pretenders. At the end of the day, and I get it, right? I absolutely understand where Parsons is coming from. He's on money, on brand with Derek Carr. Hey, Carr brother, you know, he looked like a Maserati against us. He looked like a Yugo against the Eagles because of the center went down, and of course they had some things with a slow start and these sorts of things. And the pendulum of wins is very very short. The Eagles literally could be 3-0, or they could be 0-3 right now, right? And that's just how the football and everything works, it operates. They are 2-1 right now. They are in second place in this division. I believe the Washington team just above them according to whatever standards that they use with that. But I would say this. At the end of the day, you won't get this dude saying this stuff. Let me play it again.
I said you want some people. You want a few people that's hungry. I said you want some people that's willing to spend the next 20 weeks hungry for identity. I told you guys, you need some people that's hungry. I don't know about you, but that team that you threw out there on that damn field, they wasn't hungry. They were satisfied. The Cowboys are an appetizer team. The truth is what it is. If you think last week was bad, if they don't get off their ass and present something better than they did this week, it's going to be a long season. The fans deserve a hell of a lot more. You need some people that's hungry. I don't know about you, but that team that you threw out there on that damn field, they wasn't hungry.
They wasn't hungry. And and he's spitting over there, man, and I hate to be that microphone on the other end. That microphone is like, help me. But before we go any further, I just want to give a shout out to our sponsors for this particular episode and this video. The link is tied up to the top of the page, and over 2 million butts. Yeah. Love Tushy. Get 10% off. Get 10% off using promo code LAW. And this is the Tushy Pod, by the way. But let's go, Cowboy Nation. Let's listen in to our sponsors. Today's show is brought to you by Tushy, because it's time to give up wiping with toilet paper. When you can get a targeted stream of fresh water that cleans 2 times cleaner than wiping ever could. It is time to retire the outdated routine and upgrade to a fresh and confident clean. Setting up is easy. Once you experience Tushy by Daya, your butt would never settle for less. Being fresh and clean is the main thing, and by me using this, I'm going to tell you, personally, it is a great product to use. It saves a lot on toilet paper. You don't have to use up a whole lot of toilet paper. You just pat and dry. So, hey, give it a try. Law Nation did. So check out Tushy, and be sure to use my promo code LAW to stay clean. Get you a Tushy. A Hello Tushy machine. There you go. Feel shower fresh when you need it the most, and join 2 million butts who already switched to Tushy. For the limited time, our listeners get 10% off of their first by day order when you use promo code LAW at checkout. That's 10% off of your first by day order at HelloTushy.com with promo code LAW. Let's get it. No doubt. So, hey, they said, Law, you gonna wear that shirt? I said, ask me about what? My butthole? I said, you know what? I got somebody who wear that shirt. But be sure to check out, man, because you want to be clean down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, on your backside. Yeah, they got the material, man. They can make the water warm, and it cleans it all good. And think about this, man. When you use tissue and everything, it's like, Law, man, that's a perfect segment, because a lot of people have been talking about the Cowboys being sharp and soft. But hey, let's get rid of it. You know what I'm saying? And let's use warm water. You know, give me water, make me sweat. Yeah. So that's what it is. So at the end of the day,
I like when you like this, Daddy. Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping.
You're scrambling and scraping, and so you want to scrape and scramble for the tissue, man. So use some warm water, man. Use Tushy, man. The information, get 10% off. The information is in the description box as well, and you can click the link that's on the top of my stream right now. Yeah, I'm sure Diddy is using it right now. This is from Tony. News been reported that Diddy is in there and he ain't eating, so he think that his food gonna get poisoned and stuff like that, so he's in the suicide watch. So, you know, for what it's worth, you know, I don't think Diddy gonna make it out of this, you know, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, check out our sponsors and let's get this thing going for the best way possible. Cowboy Nation, hit up the hotline. It's not going to be the hotline brought to you by Tushy, but
call my phone away on this side, keep it super thorough my way.
This is the Diddy sponsor. Oh, Lord, come on with it.
Only ones who down for me.
Yeah. Now let me ask y'all this: now, with all that money, where that money go to? Do it go to the Combs? Like, do it go to the twins? And do it be broken down to his son that try to rap and everything? His son might be listening to this right now. Say, I'm gonna make a diss song on Law Nation. Like, dog, you already trying to go against the feds. You know, you better watch out for law enforcement. Come on with it. Yeah. Come on with it. I got my brother from another mother here in the waiting room just chilling from the 409. What's on your mind? Come on with it.
What's up, my boy?
Hey, all is well. What's going on?
Hey, man, in Texas, we say God, family, and football. So I appreciate you taking God and family first. You know what I mean? We love you. For your content and everything, but hey, man, take care of that family. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Taking their family.
Now you know some things some things haven't changed, man. You know, you said it from the get-go. Stop the run and run the ball. Also, Swagoo, the clip from Swagoo.
Oh my God.
My partner sent it to me. You know what I mean? Because he's on point. You know, have to be active in free agents. But these things ain't happening right now, so we just going to move on to the Giants. I got to give ups to CD for, manning up and saying he was wrong, and that we're going to try to do better at this here. I have to give my ups to Dak Prescott because, he kept it professional.
He did.
Now, when I saw the thumbnail, it said turning point.
Right.
And yes, this is a turning point. We need to see if these dudes going to stand up. Now, when the team is down, you need your stars to stand up and be noticed.
Right.
And this is what I'm looking forward to seeing against these Giants, man. The stars, the CDs, the Dax, the Michael Parsons, the Tanks, time to stand up. It's time to be noticed. It's time to be a wrecking crew.
It's easier. It's easier when you're on top. When you're on top of the mountain, to put your hands on your hips and do like the Superman pose with the wind blowing the cape. But when you're in that valley and you're in the low dial, right, and you don't know where your next meal is coming from or where your next light or next victory is going to come, that's when you build a stronger unity. You know what I'm saying? And those are the things that I'm trying to look for out of this team. They bark, they fought each other, they point fingers, they did all of that stuff, and some came out and said, hey, it was my bad, it was my fault. So let's see how they respond. Now, it's not our fault that they got to play the Giants. That's who the Cowboys should be saying. Giants, unfortunately, y'all the next team on this list, and we finna rip y'all apart. That should be the mindset.
Yeah, we going on rip up these Giants, man, and we got a minute by. We do have some rookies out there, and we're gonna have to go through some growing pains. At the first of the season, when everybody was doing their preseason polls and stuff, most people thought we would be 2-2 at this time, winning against the Saints and the Giants, and losing to the Cleveland and Ravens. And we still came out, 12-5, still came out making the playoffs and stuff.
Right.
So all is not wrong. Just got to get out here and take care of business, man. There was a lot of teams out there 1-2 that were supposed to be playoff contenders.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's going on there, but we know what's going on here. And we just need to rectify what's going on here and let it go on shake out, man. I'm a big-time Cowboy fan. Check it out. I'm an Astro fan, and, they just made the playoffs. I like baseball. I love basketball. But football, hey, baby, that's my nerve-numbing narcotic. I got to have it. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't lying. You definitely ain't lying.
So I'm looking forward to seeing this game tomorrow night, man. And, I'm a girl dad, too, man.
Oh, you girl
my
dad,
baby's 33 years old, man, and she still adores her daddy, man, and I love her to death, man. So I just want to shout out to all the girl dads out there. Nothing better than being a girl dad. I have a girl and a boy, and my son, he's 27, and he could care less about football.
Oh, wow.
He's a computer analyst at Google, so he's a nerd. He don't care.
Tell him to send me a few dollars, man, to help grow the nation. Hey, man, I appreciate you, man. Go ahead.
the dollars I send you, you're going to come from him. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He takes care of that. That's for sure.
Yes, indeed,
hey, man. But I'm looking forward to this game tomorrow night, man. You keep loving that family, man, and keeping God first.
No doubt.
And we're going to take care of this football. You hear what I'm saying?
No doubt. Shout out to you, my dog. It's Poindexter, man. Yes, indeed, man. He was the first Tush caller of the hour, man. Appreciate him. So y'all be sure to check out hellotushy.com. Don't do like I did and put in just tushy.com. That's going to bring up a whole nother website. Put in hello tushy.com and / Law Nation and / law, my bad. And you will get this. Matter of fact, just click that link that's tapped in on top of my YouTube page, and you'll be able to get those percentages off, especially when you want to buy your own personalized by Dare. All right, I got my guy from the 781. You're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
What's up, Law?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain.
Boy, my brother. Listen, I just want to reinforce what I think we all fans agree. You're doing an unbelievable job, and you know you're great. You have great optimism, and I like that. You know, it keeps us fans kind of without going over the bridge, because it's been kind of depressing lately, man. But I'm a little concerned about tomorrow's game, maybe because of how we've been performing, but I feel that the Giants, listen, they haven't beat us in a long time. They would love to beat us on national TV and stick the fork in us. So if we're not prepared for this game, I could see us going down, brother.
Oh, yeah, you got to be prepared for this, and then if not, it's a long season.
Oh.
if you're not prepared for this one, and if we look like anything that we look like the last 2 weeks, it's going to be fire and brimstone.
Listen, you know what? I'm going to need some Prozac for that shit.
You're going to have to need some, I'll recommend some Rogue Shop. That's also one of our sponsors. Just check out the information that's in the description box and holler at my people from Rogue Shop. They would take real good care of all of you all, for real. You know?
But listen, And I want to talk about Parsons really quick. And
break it down.
Are we getting really disappointed in this player lately, man? There's overachievers in this world, underachievers. He's underachieving right now, and I know you agree with me.
Yeah. I'm agreeing. Keep going. Keep cooking.
Yeah, all the talent in the world at Penn State. The dude was great against the run. He was great against the pass. He rushed the passer. Now he's so one-dimensional. I don't know what's going on.
Here's the thing. If you have the kinds of caliber of talent that Parsons have, there's no doubt in my mind that Parsons still is a 4.3 guy. He's still strong as an ox. But if you don't look, there's a reason when you go into a war, you got your machine guns, right? You got your sniper rifles, and you got your machete. But if you in combat and you trying to use the weapons at the wrong time, you can't use the machete for long distance stuff, right? And the machine gun, as much as it sprays bullets, is not accurate. So what the Cowboys been doing with Parsons, in my opinion, is that they've been utilizing him so wrongfully, right? That when people see the gun, by respect of the gun itself, you give it that. But it's not being utilized the way it's supposed to be used. And that's just what it is. There's times that you need to use the Glock, and there's times that you need to use the machete, and the Cowboys don't know how to. What I would do with Parsons, bump all of that. I get it. We need him at edge. We need sacks or what have you. Bump it. He was drafted to be a linebacker. I'm going to do a hard reset, and I know for sure as a middle linebacker, there's nobody that's in the National Football League is quick and is strong and is aggressive and is he got all of that. Just 2 tiers in the bucket. Make that brother a middle linebacker. By the time November, December get here, he'll be straight.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. You say that, right? And I agree with you at some point, but if he's struggling, holding down the edge,
right?
Okay, on the run play, what makes you think he'd be good at stuffing the run in the middle?
I mean, that's the quickest thing we all learn to do is walk a straight line, drive down, play. You get options, right? As I know, it's the mic. You play off the D tackle. You got to make sure that, if they are trying to squeeze him through A or B, you can fill those gaps, fill those holes. One of the bigger runs, and I know he wasn't playing linebacker at that time, but one of the biggest runs. No, was it? Mozzie got thrown off, right? Mozzie, it was a play. I'm trying to recall this play, and I wish I had more time to study it. Mozzie, it was a run inside the A or B gap. Mozzie got thrown to Shunder. All the linebacker had to do was feel. I guess he was a little bit off. He wasn't there, and we had, I believe, Dono had every opportunity to square his shoulders up and land a big hit on Derrick Henry. I think that if you have a linebacker with this kind of caliber of speed as Parsons, I think that he would have been able to rally to that point, and I think that he would at least had a better chance at it. I think that Parsons at linebacker give us a better chance than him on the edge.
You know what? Yeah, I can't disagree with you on that, and maybe you're right. Maybe because of the. We got to you think less as a middle linebacker, right? You got the running back coming at you, you go hit him, you go get him.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up on this season yet, man. It's only 6 games in. It would be ridiculous to do that, especially the NFC. I don't see really any true powerhouse yet.
Yeah.
But we got to stay afloat, man. We can't let it slide anymore, because if we do, then it'd be tough to come back. So, you keep up the great work. Happy birthday to your daughter, man, and we'll be talking soon.
No doubt, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. There's Jimmy the Greek. I forgot to bring up this point before we open up the lines, but let me see if I can pivot just a little bit, y'all. Nobody likes sloppy seconds, right? And most people are sloppy seconds when they get opportunities, right? Unfortunately. And I know that I sent it somewhere, just not on my thread here. I'm going to replies. Let me see, it's somewhere right here. Got to be under my replies. Here it is. All right, so this is a shout out to Coach Marv and Coach B. Bird. I listened to these guys all offseason talk about the money aspect. They talked about this is the issue with the Cowboys ultimately. Now, Zim was brought in to help. It literally takes, I would say, before defenses get really solid, at least a year, maybe 2. And if they keep the same core and principles, maybe, just maybe, you can fix it just like that in the offseason. But you're going to need a ramp-up situation. I get it. A lot of people giving Dan Quinn his flowers when he got here. Keep in mind, when Dan Quinn got here in 2021, we didn't have first place schedule, right? We literally had like one of the bottom ends of the schedule, right? And we didn't have the array of games that we're having now. And far as 2 things being, we got to ramp up. We didn't have holdouts on offense, and then we didn't have new installments on defense. That's just the bottom line. Here, and I'm not making these excuses, but here's the thing. If you bring in a guy that's been cold just a little bit and haven't been ingrained with a lot of things, you get these type of situations. And if the Cowboys really wanted Rex Ryan over Zim, meaning that Zim was the sloppy seconds, on top of that, people fail to realize, here's my thoughts on Dan Quinn. Here's my thoughts on Dan Quinn, and y'all can take it to the bank however y'all want to. Dan Quinn is not a terrible defensive coordinator. Hear me out. What he is a guy that saw the opportunity. And when you try to sabotage something, and when you don't try to do the things that you're accustomed to doing, meaning that you are holding back, that's just what it is. And you utilizing safeties as linebackers and standing on that, that's another issue. Could it be that when you look at both sides of the coin and say that, hey, this is all what the Cowboys was willing to give him, and he just made do with what he had to make do with? We can give him a little bit of that, but it's not the fact that he is a terrible coach. It's just the fact that he saw the opportunity to sit back and say, oh, okay, let me not put forth and bring forth all that I can bring. Those are two different things. You guys get what I'm saying? So let me play this audio. Right quick, and we listen to this.
Could you fix the Cowboys defense right now, or is it unfixable?
No, 100%. I would have fixed it in a New York minute. But that being said, they couldn't pony up the money, or I would have been there.
Oh no!
And so they never ponied up, and that was why I stayed, here.
Our producer is a huge Cowboys fan. The fact that you say they couldn't pony up the money, he's going to go put his head in the toilet at the next commercial break.
No, but it's true. And you brought in a guy that was like 29th in the league his last 2 years at Minnesota. And, it's in the enthusiasm he brings. You saw when he left, he blamed the players, and I'm not going to talk to him. That's a guy that's going to inspire you. I don't know. I think it's this could go really bad for Dallas. Now, look, their schedule sets up pretty well for him, but this could go really bad for him.
So Zim is the sloppy second, right? And sometimes sloppy seconds can deliver for you. But he's not the first choice. That's just what it is. The Cowboys said to themselves, we're more familiar with Zim. He was here before. The storyline is intact. We bring in Ryan, who's pretty much an alpha male type of guy. He would have been able to say, hey, Mike, what the hell you doing over here? CD, I believe it was Ryan, right, who called even Amari Cooper. He called him Pooper Cooper or something like that. Amari Cooper, remember, he called out him. It's no soft delivery with Rex Ryan. So that hard stuff that y'all wanted, the Jones were looking at it like, shoot, we got to pay this man more money plus get the ability or the possibility to get chewed out? No, I'm not finna bring that in, right? And that's just what it is. Ryan fired some shots. Yeah, I do agree. But go back to this caption here. I said, Coach Marv and B. Bird, you all were right. Y'all might have been right about the Cowboys' financial situation. To the other side of this, remember, there's no salary cap when it comes to coaching. Like, if I'm ultimately telling y'all that I want to win and there's no salary cap to that, and if I want every edge. If I'm doing stock exchanges, if I'm doing buy low, sell, there's only two options. You can either do this. You can buy or sell. That's the only two options. The third option is to stay put. But if I can get somebody to advise me and say, hey, Law, this is going to be your execution points. This is when it's going to put your trailer stops here. And these are the results that I'm able to do. And I can get that for a little money. I have no absolute reason not to if I'm going to make money. And the Cowboys in the front office and all of those boys, they know how to do that. So if there's no salary cap as it relates to coaching, why not bring in all of the wizards? Why not bring in all of the philosophers? Why not even, you can call Bill Belichick now. You can pull Jimmy Johnson up off the doggone radio station or Fox and say, hey, I need you down here now. There's no salary cap. to coaching. If I'm a multi-billionaire with the B, I can get the results done just like that. Let me know if I'm wrong. There's no way we should be looking this way unless they are in financial hardship, unless they don't have the money that they say they do. Liquid. You know what I mean? But I'm going to let the next caller on. I got my guy from New York, the 716. You're in the mix. Talk to me.
No, happy birthday to your daughter, baby.
And appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yo, question, man. If we lose tomorrow night, what's the first thing you would do after that?
Somebody here got to roll. Somebody got to get fired. Somebody got to get removed up out of here. Somebody must. You got to act swing somehow. You know, you can't go into this season 1-3 and say, hey, man, just relax, y'all. Everything is okay. You know, it's just a divisional game. It's not that important. Yeah, all divisional games are important. The name of the game is to win your division. Yeah.
And I keep banging the table for Rex, man. I don't care what nobody says, man. If Rex was the coach, our defense would not be getting killed the way they're getting killed. Yep. End of story.
Yeah. Well,
and we need a guy that. Listen, like you said earlier, in I think it was last week. You said Dad Zim. Yo, where's Dad Zim, man? It sounds like he must be on retirement or something.
Yeah, he Grandpa Zim now. You know.
Yeah, Grandpa Zim, man. That's what I said, man. When Rick came down to between Zim and Rex, and they gave the thing to familiarity, I would have gave the job to Rex, man. Because you know what I'm saying. That's right. They proved that the Joneses are not trying to win right now. I would like to be a fly on the wall and know what the plan is.
Yeah.
Going forward.
Yeah, it got to be. It got to be a plan. Whereas if they fired, let me just be real with y'all, man. Shit, let me just be real. If they fired Mike McCarthy, these mother suckers cheap. If they would have fired Mike McCarthy, they still had to pay him. You know what I'm saying? So them rascals,
it's done.
Yeah, but them rascals are so cheap, they ain't finna pay twice. You know, they ain't finna fire him and hire another coach, and they still pay Mike McCarthy and whoever else the other coach is. They were like, shoot, hero, you gonna have to get this stuff done. You know, we gonna let your contract expire. We ain't finna pay you twice. No, we ain't finna pay you and pay another coach. That's how they looking at this, man. This is literally a mom and pop's business, right?
So, let me ask you a question. Do you think that the fans can control the narrative?
I think this is a good.
Like we get fed up, and we get fed up of what's going on. Enough is enough, and we decide, you know what? It's gonna be hard as hell because we die-hard Cowboys fan. You know what? I'm not going to go to the game. I'm just going to not buy no Cowboys merch for a while. I want to see what the team going to do before I entertain that idea. I kind of agree with the guy who started that thing about getting rid of Jerry.
Yeah.
I take it a little further. You know what I'm saying? Boycott. Not go to the games. Force them to do things because it's all about the money at the end of the day. If they're not making the money like they're supposed to, they got to do something, Law.
The only thing is I agree with you, but the people like let's say, for example, the people, the season ticket holders, they trying to get their money back, dog. You know what I'm saying? So they sold their tickets, right? And the people that buy tickets, it's a profit on anything, right? So at the end of the day, if we don't go to the damn games, whoever we play, who the next home game we play against? Who the next home game, y'all? Y'all know? Let me see if I can pull up. Next home game will be the Lions. If we boycott, there'll be 1,000 Lion fans up in there. You see what I'm saying? Like, people plan their vacation time around the Cowboys schedule because it's a beautiful stadium. Have you been to the stadium, bro?
No, not yet.
Not yet. It's beautiful, man.
Not yet.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So even if you say, I'm a boycott, you gonna boycott, everybody boycott, that's okay. Because the seats, there's not going to be empty seats in there. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's not going to hurt Jerry's bottom line. What we got to do is turn off the damn TVs and stop watching them. But guess what? The haters watching, though. You know, these are primetime slots. It's a win-win situation. But what we can do is hopefully to embarrass him like old boy did and came out there with the damn posters and shit and say, fire Jerry, that will probably work, because all of these billionaires, they got a little ego. If that happened, right, I'm quite sure that he'll change his tune a little bit. But he going to fall on that sword, bro. He going down with the ship. He's in his 80s. You know, he's in his 80s, man. He ain't trying to change at all right now.
I'm anxious to see how we're going to play tomorrow night, Lord. If we're going to come out with some heart, man, and do what we're supposed to do instead of pointing the finger. This is a time when you're supposed to stick together as a team when things is tough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. And all eyes is on the Cowboys. Well, we had, 4 games? What is it? 4 games. That's prime time. No other team is getting prime time games like that, bro. Come on, man. And the product that we got on the field right now doesn't match up to that at all.
Yeah, but hear me out. You make more money bashing the Cowboys than you make money on the Cowboys winning right now. That's been the formula for over 20 years now. I can point out people careers that they done made off the Cowboys by bashing them, right? So that's unfortunate for us, man. Appreciate you so much for calling in, bro.
Thanks.
No doubt. Yeah, for example, Stephen A. Smith is a diehard, supposedly be a Steelers fan. How many posts did he made by laughing and saying, yes, my Steelers are on their way, right? He's a Knicks fan. How many times he cheer for his Knicks, But when the Cowboys lose, he rub it all over everybody's faces, right? When the Cowboys lose. And not just him. It's just been a copycat league. You got a copycat industry. You got a lot of dudes that's doing the exact same thing, ladies and gentlemen. King Trouble says first is Dan Quinn's fault, and now it's them. Stop with the personal. I get it. I get it, man. I get it, but hold on. Let me go all the way back up to this top. I think we had a super chat that I didn't get a chance to read. Zombie says, after a while, what you pay for will eventually show its value. Yeah. And I like what my guy said, first is Dan Quinn's fault, now it's Zim's fault. But what's the common denominator, right? It's the person that picks the products, right? At some point, people understand you pay for this. These are the things you pay for in life, and you don't have to like me to understand this, but you and this is facts. You pay for your privacy, and you pay for your comforts. If you're looking and shopping for a condo, right? The condos with the damn garage that you can pull your car in, those cost more. Why? Because it's a private garage. Houses that got 2 and 4 car garages or what have you, it's going to cost more. You pay for that privacy. Now, comfort and luxury, when you're talking about taking a shower, when you go inside that shower and you got that damn wide head that flows and that water hits you on the crown of your head and one shoots on the face and the back, to get that comfort, you pay for that. You can still get clean with a water hose, but that's life. And the Cowboys, they are at this level whereas they don't want to pay for the comfortable things. They don't want to pay for the privacy things. They would prefer to buy the house and still park their car on the sidewalks, right? Where people can touch and scrape, and when it's raining, it falls on them. When it's hailing, they say, oh man, we got to find an overhead because we don't want this particular car to get beat up, but it's too late. You pay for what you get is what I'm trying to say. Right? Amenities. Yes, indeed, Drake. Yeah. And everybody else gets it in the common world, but nobody else gets it when it comes to the Cowboys. Yeah. Law, everybody you said keep eyeing on balling keep an eye on balling Joshua Allen and Jefferson Riggs. I don't think that they did an oversell on coaching changes and an overhaul on distractions all the offseason. There's multitudes. When I pull this image up, this was the talking point all this offseason. Parsons, Lamb, Dak Prescott. Those other teams that we just mentioned, they all in on their players. Cowboys not. I got from the 602, and then I got Swayze from the 908. 602, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man.
Long time listener, first time caller. And I just wanted to say, man, I just feel like Jerry Jones, we're trying to compete for a prize to, win a cake. And we're using ingredients from the 99-cent store, the Dollar Tree, and all these other places, and we're trying to win the first prize in baking this cake.
Yeah.
We need to go to Kroger's, pick up the right ingredients, and then put it together.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say.
Oh, that's everything? Man, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for your support, bro. And you right with it, man. Yeah. You pay for what you get, and the Cowboys, you go to the store. And I'm not beating up Great Value. Not beating up Great Value. But Great Value got their version of Oreos, right? It ain't Oreos. Great Values got their version of Lucky Charms. Maybe it's Lucky Harms. I don't know. But it ain't Lucky Charms, right? And none of that stuff is really good for you, but it's just what it is. When you have that, you slap that Great Value on, that's just what it is. A great value, And truth be said, the Cowboys, they like to bargain shop. And there's nothing wrong with that, truth be said. But at the end of the day, you pay for what you get, right? Yeah. Who's drinking the Sam Choice water? Give me the Sam Choice, man. Aquafina is right there, man. Water's water. If you go down the aisle and say, I need water, when you're thirsty, you don't say what kind of water it is. You just drink it, right? But when you get to a certain stage of life, you said, hey, I want some quality, man. Give me some good water, man. Give me the Yeah, and shout out to Sam Choice Water if y'all want me to sponsor, one of y'all episodes. I'll be like, hey, this episode is brought to you by Sam Choice. But come on, man. We hurting spending money as fans, It ain't natural to love a team that hates the people that own it, but I'm here, Shoot. Thrift shopping, I feel y'all, man. Let me get my guy. Core all day for me. Appreciate you. Oh, CORE water. I feel you, man. Good electrolytes, man. Swayze from the 908. Swayze, you're live.
Hey, what's going on, Lord?
Not much, man.
Yeah, happy birthday to your daughter, by the way.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that.
I was gonna, I like calling during these days instead of like right after a game on Monday, because everyone's so emotional. Like everyone thinks they're right.
Yeah.
I want everyone in the chat to say you were right, Swayze. Remember I called out Mike Zimmer before the season started. Remember I said that? I said that was a retread hire. That was a retirement job that Jerry was giving out to one of his friends in Dallas who lived in Dallas his whole life. You got understand, in order for us Cowboys fans to beat the casual allegations or the don't know about football allegations that we've always been accused of from other fans, we have to recognize exactly which ones are football moves and which one are marketing and business moves that's being disguised as football moves. If you knew, if you actually keep. I have to dip out.
Oh, you got to go? Jerry on his way. Appreciate you. Hey, Jerry like, hey, wait a minute now. Get your damn back together, Jerry sent a sniper.
Get your damn act together.
don't like your attitude.
Alkaline water is where it is. You know, I feel you, man. Yeah, man. And allegedly, Facebook, since we live on Facebook, don't want to get fact checked with, you know, alkaline versus, you know, just rainwater and all that stuff. Well, from the 832, you're live on The Nation, man. Talk to your boy, man. Talk to your boy. Eight, 3, 2. Ooh. All right, man. From the 601, my neck of the woods, man. Talk to me, man. Mississippi.
What's going on, Lo?
Oh, man. Let me have your word for a second, man. What's good, man? Talk to me, bro. Hello? Hey.
Yeah,
right?
man, this Toby here.
Where you at?
Yeah, I wanted to come in. Yeah, I couldn't hardly hear you. I was driving.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
When I parked, you had to pull over.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about everybody putting the blame on Prescott.
Okay.
I think that it's a lot more blame on the defense.
Okay.
I think we really need to concentrate on trying to get our defense straightened up before we can.
Okay.
Yeah, our defense is really a problem. We can't stop nobody.
Yeah. We are the 31st ranked defense. You are right with that. You know, defense can't stop a nosebleed. At this point, we need to give and take, right? We need to have a defense that can really at least stop the bleeding. So I agree.
And our offensive line is the problem too, Law. I mean, our offensive line can't protect right now, and Prescott is under duress every play.
Yeah.
And we can't run the ball if we can't block nobody.
Yeah.
So they're stacking the box up so we can't run. So we need to really, really concentrate on our line right now. You're blaming everybody, but the line is really the problem.
No, yeah. You ain't lying at all. Yeah. You ain't lying. So we need to fix that up in those trenches and these sorts of things, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for your time, Law.
Man, thank you, man. And hey, be safe over there, bro. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. So I got drunk Dak lover says, Law, when you apologizing to Dan Quinn, why? Why would somebody apologize to someone who sabotaged? Y'all don't understand the definition of sabotaging, right? It's not to say that he's not a talented person, meaning that he was talented. And there's people that I talked to that worked and played on that team that he coached, that he went with a different script. So, no, I'm not going to apologize to Dan Quinn. He had his head and his mind already out looking for another job. Why would I apologize? What would be the notion to apologize to a person who already was thinking of to set themselves up for another job than to focus on a task at hand? Why would that be? And on top of that, it's only been 3 weeks. So what would be my apology to Dan Quinn? Y'all give me the answer, to that. What would be the apology? Like, yeah. It's like going, and I ain't gonna go that deep. But yeah, what would be the apology? What would be the saying? Like, hey man, you was rightfully so good to go. If anybody that owes the Cowboy fan base, the apology is Jerry Jones. Truth be said, they never fired Dan Quinn, by the way. They allowed him to go and test the market, right? And they allowed him to be signed, enter the division. If anybody knows the personnel and the operations of the Cowboys, would be somebody inside. If look, in any business that you guys do, and you might not like me, but I know for sure my business degrees are very solid at this. And companies that we worked for is very solid with this. In industries that you ever work for, Nobody will allow you, even if you work for a radio station, to go to your competitors. There's a thing called non-compete clauses. Why? Because you got too much detail and intel on your said team. You should never allow the ops to get your information. And those are things that they could have outlined in a contract to state that even in the event that you leave us willingly, right, that you can't go within the interdivisions because you got too much information on how we handle drafts, on intels of how we feel about certain plans and operation with said player. That is beyond me that you don't do this in business practice. That's across the board. Federally speaking, by the way. The running game needs creativity. It makes the defense tired. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. Lost in translation with the 1,000% good facts right there, right? Yeah. Offboarding, right? Yeah. I feel you. So there should be a situation. Now, granted, I get it. I get the whole ideology of the Cowboys being so high on themselves and they think that they can turn water into wine and they can make everything right. But at some point and at some time, they have to look into the mirror and step back. That's what Jerry Jones needs to do. As the general manager, he's not picking up the phone and he don't know all of the small things. He may get advised on a lot of things. But look, here's another thing this is one of the things that I'm going to say. I'm going to just skip that whole point. This is one of the things that I can't even stand Will McClay on. He's doing all of the wrong things for the right reasons. Damn it, don't give me the job without the title. Don't give me the situation whereas you telling me to do general manager stuff. I'm your errand boy, right? So when things go good, I get all the credit. And when things go bad, hey, you just tell them that, hey, it was Will McClay's fault. He's the one that did it. But you only gave them a card to go to Dollar General, Dollar Tree. Will McClay can't pick up the phone right now and say, hey, Raiders, what's good, man? I like Devontae Adams over there, man. And I want to be able to lobby something, man, to get him over here in Cowboys uniform. What will it take right now? That's what real general managers doing. Willie is not doing that. He got to ask permission. May I use the restroom, sir? Can I go to the living room, sir? Can I swipe the card for this? He don't have full power as a general manager. And I can't stand this dude. I need to get this guy fired. He can't do that. He's doing everything wrong for the right reasons to save face for the Joneses, and he's their errand boy right now. That's what he is. And as a brother, that just sets everything back even further if you really read the details. So to me personally, I don't like that, and I never did. That's one of the knocks that I have on Will McClay. I got my guy from the 206. You're live in the mix. Talk to me.
What up, Law? How you doing, brother?
Nothing much, man. Talk to me.
Well, I just want to say one thing. I told y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen to me. Y'all think I'm a dummy. I told you, the young got to go with the old. All you guys came on here bragging on every show. We need some shoes. We need a big boy. Y'all don't mind getting a big boy, right. But I want a big boy that ain't gonna be moved. You had a young boy. Let me tell you what's happened. I'm gonna tell you a couple of them. So y'all, I got a friend that lives in Ohio.
Right.
He's a promoter. He met Big Boy. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Big Rogers. Big Rogers said, because I was out there bragging on Rogers in front of the D-line coach, in front of everybody.
Right.
Big Rogers said he could come back to the Cowboys, but he's not coming back to the Cowboys on the practice squad. He said he'd rather stay on the Cincinnati practice squad because they ain't got time to deal with that foolishness. Like everybody know what the Cowboys do. Favoritism. He said he was better than Mozzie. He was. He was better than all the other guys y'all got. He was. Because if you saw the tape, they could not move him. Sometimes 3 guys was trying to block him, but he wasn't being moved. Just think, 3 guys blocking him, that means me and Law going to get a tackle.
Well, here's the thing, though, MJ. MJ, here's the thing, though. The Bengals right now 0-3. They're a little bit worse than us, and their defense just allowed over 38 points. So I get what you're saying, though. Why he ain't making the team there? Why he ain't making the team there, though?
Stop you. He on the practice. He said he don't mind being on the practice squad.
Do you understand, like MJ? Do you understand the argument that we are arguing right now?
Mm-hmm.
We arguing about the same thing. We arguing about a practice squad player, bro. Practice
doesn't matter.
It don't matter. If this team is worried about winning, they will pick up the phone. They'll call Jeffrey Simmons. They'll pick up the phone and get a known commodity, a known starter.
They're not gonna get you. I would love to get Jeffrey Simmons. But we know we ain't gonna get no damn Jeffrey Simmons.
Well, somebody that can got somebody that's younger, but not on the practice squad. There's 31 other teams out there, right? 31 other teams, right? We need to get us a person. If we talking about contending, we need to go find a person that's start in the league that can make an impact, not somebody that we can develop and bring on.
Let me say something to you here now. Okay. I watch Okoye film.
Right.
I love when Okoye do his film.
Okoye does
Thank God for Okoye.
Yeah.
Okoye showed the film. All the players was doing hero ball again. 28. When that tight end went down the lane, y'all wide open, that was 28 men. Why is he running? We already got our linebackers there. Why is he trying to play linebacker? He ain't going to tackle my grandma. I'm talking about number 90 sliding in, number 11 sliding in, won't stay on the edges. That's what, if I'm the Giants, I would do the same thing. I'm going to run to the left, run to the right, and do the same thing, and then hit him over the top. Because if number 21 is put on number 1 for the Giants, and he playing off, that dude going to have 2 touchdown bumps. I'm telling y'all right now.
Yeah,
I know my football.
Yeah. We get all of that. 21 is not even. They saying that he's not going to play. He's not going to suit up for this particular Thursday game due to a shoulder. Booth, he's number 25. I thought I reported that earlier today. Yeah, Booth is going to start right to this.
What Booth?
Andre Booth.
Oh my God! Hey, Cowboys.
Hey, I appreciate you calling in, MJ, man. Thank you so much, man.
One more. Let me tell everybody. McCarthy, if he don't call the right play calling, the Giants finna finally beat us, y'all. McCarthy cannot call plays.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. All right, so I got an appointment at 1:20, so I'm gonna try to get to at least another 2 of you guys. But what I can say here is that Cowboy Nation, we doing the exact same thing we did all again, is arguing over practice squad players or backup players. When contenders, they ain't going back and forth. They move on real quickly if the product is not fitting for what they are needing. They are making tangible moves on players that can help them now. Any defensive tackle that you get that's going to be youthful from a practice squad is going to take time to develop. I like Rodgers. I like the fact that we drafted him. But at this point, arguing over Rodgers versus whoever we have, Mozzie, it's a moot point at this point. It's unfortunately. But, that's just how it goes when you're dealing with the Cowboys. We need to have starters. We've seen it, even with the Niners. When they was on their run to the Super Bowl, granted they didn't win it, but they still went and got a Chase Young, right? They still made sure that when their guy, shout out to the Laws, but when Lawson wasn't really playing or performing up to the, what's his name? I forgot the name of the interior guy that they drafted early. They made sure that they surrounded him with players. Facts Law, we're arguing over yard sales merch. Right. Booth is getting burned by the third stringers in preseason. That's what we dealing with, man. You better go get Xavier Ward or somebody, man. I got Def King, man, for the 956. You in the mix. Talk to me.
I'll make this quick because I know you got to go.
Yep.
One little thing that I think that will help the Cowboys this game and pump them up. Why don't they go into tempo coming out if they get the ball first half? If they get the ball first half, come out. That's the thing they do the best. Everybody runs, the plays the best. They know the plays the best. Come out in tempo, score. That kick, punch the air like he always does. Be all pumped up. Come back again. Stop those guys. If they can stop them, that'd be great. I'll run tempo again. Get up 14-0, and then start playing what's it called? What does Jerry say? Complementary football. Then we can play that. Once we get up and we're good, then I feel free that now with our pass rushing defense that Dan Quinn led us. I ain't gonna get sorry for that shit. Excuse my language, but it's just that's what I think that we're the predicament we're in. We got pass rushers. We don't got no run stoppers. Henry got stuck into a defense like that, so he has to deal with what he deals. Those are the tools that he's left with. So that's the only theory I think that would be best, Law. So I'll let you go out, man. Appreciate
you,
it. Listen, Law Nation, you have a great day.
Yes, Def King, good call from him, and unfortunately, man, he had to be the last caller. I got to drive. I got to be at this appointment at 1:20. But I would say this, man. If you guys please call in again, we got another show. We're going to be on with Bad Dog at 3:30 my time. And we're going to go live and we're going to talk about the Cowboys versus the Giants. So y'all chime in with that conversation there. Appreciate and salute, kudos and credence to our sponsors. The information is in the description box. Ask me about my butthole. Ask her about hers. But shout out to Law Nation, sports sponsor Tushy. Today they did a great job of providing us with unbelievable information on having a cleaner backside. So appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in and being part of these type of conversation. It's not easy when you're down, right? But the optimum goal is to figure out ways to climb back up and get your mind re-solidified to those things. And I'm quite sure that the Cowboys can do just that. Yeah, bad dog smell blood. But, at the end of the day, shout out to my guy, Bad Dog. Shout out to him. Salute to my guy. But it's war. And right now, he's not a friend. He's an enemy. And I need for all of the Cowboy Nation to be ready, locked, loaded at 3:30. No! I'm not folding up like Wallace, nor should y'all. We should let them know and let Bad Dog know that you may be the bad dog, but we the big dogs over here. And what the big dogs say, you got to listen. Yes, we are 1 and 2. Yes, we are down and out. But that prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. And we should be that prize fighter. So if you standing with me right now or with the nation right now, y'all already know we ain't running. We ain't hiding. And we ain't going nowhere. So all of the people with the emotional damage, step out of the way. Get out of the way. Let the big dog Law Nation get inside. Let them know that we coming. Cowboy Nation. We fighting this all the way to the end of it. Dak Prescott, we need you to stand tall. Micah Parsons, damn it, we need for you to make a play. CeeDee Lamb, there should be no more pouting around. Catch the ball. Dak, hit him in the numbers. Micah Parsons, make Daniel Jones your baby. I would say something else, but we PG-13. Get back up. I can't stand the Giants. They were in the way in 2007. So every time I see them boys, I'm saying in my mind, victory is mine. Yeah, there should be gnashing of teeth. There should be crying out loud, saying that the mighty Cowboys, the 1 and 2, everybody, mama, uncle, cousin was talking about us. We finna stand tall. This going to be the turning point of the season. This is the rivalry that we all want. This is war. This is like pleasure and pain. We stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all gonna bleed. We bleed through similar veins, and that's silver and blue. What we tell them?
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight.
Fight to the end, Cowboy Nation. We standing tall. Forget all of that weak stuff. We got heart over here, and we got our pride on the line. We got our name on the line. My name is my name, and we finna go and let people know that we dominate the East because we all some beasts, all the way from the West because we are the best. The Dallas Cowboys, stand tall or not at all, we coming. Yes, if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap. If life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan to lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or the fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away, Cowboy Nation. If dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation. Stand tall or not at all. That's the message. They saying rooted, but they're going to have to uproot us to get us up out of here, baby. Let's get it.
Give me my thing, you.
Yo. Come on. We about one love. Peace. And roll those credits. That's all we wanted to do, baby. All right. We about. Peace.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
What more do you want from
Kinda
me?
check this on.
You must be out your goddamn mind. Are you not entertained?
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same.
Put 2 and 2 in the chat. Put 2 and 2 in the chat. Let's get it.
I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Red.
We about.
I'm with A, yeah, I'm with
Who
J,
with Law,
I'm with
baby?
Chuck and M.
Come on.
Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike